I am here with one of my preferred home inspectors today to talk about what is covered in a home inspection. And we're starting right now. I'm here with one of my preferred home inspectors today, and we are talking about what is covered in a home inspection.
Hi, I'm Joe Zolkowski with On Target Home Inspection. I've been in business for about 8 years, serving Chicagoland and all surrounding counties. And I'm here today to talk with you for just a few minutes about what gets covered during a typical home inspection. It's pretty much a top to bottom look at the house of all the systems that are kind of germane to just an average house. So we're looking at things like the roof, and we actually do get up there when it's safe to do so, just so we can kind of see it and feel it as we're walking. We're looking at the exterior, which means we're looking at the covering on the house, whether it's brick or vinyl or whatever that happens to be. And then we're also looking at the windows and the doors, soffits. We're looking to make sure that that's kind of like a watertight situation. So we're looking to make sure there's no cracks in the brick. We're looking to make sure that all of the vinyl siding is properly installed. The biggest thing that the exterior is meant to do is basically to keep water and weather out of the inside of the house. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. As part of the exterior inspection, we're also looking at things like walkways, driveways, and grading and drainage, right? So we're trying to make sure that the water that inevitably will fall around the house is going to be shed away from the house versus pulled in towards it. That's a really important way to keep water from getting into the basement and from messing with your foundation. So we're moving then from the outside of the house to the inside. And on the inside, usually we'll start from the top down, right? So we're going to be looking at the attic. In the attic, we're going to be checking out a number of different things, but we're going to be looking mainly at insulation and ventilation. So this is, the fluffy stuff on the bottom of the attic that keeps all your hot air and cool air in the house. And ventilation is the airflow that helps to keep the attic dry and helps to regulate the attic temperature so it doesn't get too hot in the summer or too cold in the winter. We're also looking at the roof structure, but from underneath, right? So we're looking at the rafters and the sheathing, like the plywood, to make sure that all that's in good shape as well. So from there, we're going to do pretty much everything else kind of all at the same time, but I'll break it down. We're looking at the interior, and that means we're looking at ceilings, walls, windows, doors, and floors, and just kind of how they all relate to one another and to make sure that they're all working individually as well. We're looking at the plumbing system as we're going through, and we're going to operate all the accessible fixtures. We're going to make sure the drains work and that there aren't any leaks. We're looking at the electrical system, which means that we're going to test all the accessible, electrical outlets and appliances and that kind of thing. And we do have a tester that kind of tells us if things are wired incorrectly and that whether or not everything is safe. We're looking at GFCIs, which are those little safety outlets you see in the bathrooms and kitchens and things with the two buttons on them. We are looking at the heating and air system. So, we're going to look at your furnace or your boiler. If you have an air conditioner, we're looking at that too. And weather permitting, we're going to run both of those and we're going to test them to make sure that they're performing as they should. We're also going to have a really good idea by the time we're done how old those things are. And we'll give you a pretty good idea of where they are in relation to kind of the beginning or end of their expected life.
What is the weather requirements to be able to test those?
That's a good question. Furnaces we can run pretty much year-round. AC, the rule of thumb is it's supposed to be 60 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer for a 24-hour period if we're to run those. And I'm not going to get super technical as to the reason, but the main reason is we could damage it if it's much cooler than that. So we just would rather be safe than sorry. We don't want to break the house before you buy it, so we just kind of err on the side of caution. And what we'll do in that case is we'll just do a visual inspection and we'll let you know about how old it is, which is still going to be a pretty good way for you to plan kind of where you are with it. And then as we're going through, we're going to be testing all your built-in appliances. So that would mean like, your dishwasher, your washer dryer, your refrigerator, your oven, that kind of thing. So most of your kitchen stuff, we're going to be going through that too. And then from there, we're going to go down to either the basement or the crawl space if you have one of those. And we're going to be looking at your foundation. So we're going to be looking to make sure, that there's not any significant cracking down there, that there's not any water intrusion, We're going to be looking too for signs of mold throughout. We're going to be looking for signs of termites and wood-destroying insects. We're going to be looking for cracking on the slab. So as you can see, we're looking at a lot of different stuff.
When you're going through an inspection, do you like the client to stand with you as you're going through, or would you rather for them to come back at the end and you go over the whole report?
That's a great question.
Or if you find something, are you wanting to call them back to point things out? What do you feel about that?
Good question. So for us, like, different inspectors are different, their temperaments are different. For us, we're really big on education. So we would much rather that you be there with us for the whole thing from start to finish, except the roof. That we'll do on our own, and we'll let you know how it goes. But
That's a good idea.
For the rest of it, though, it's so much more beneficial because, like, you're paying us the same money whether you come or not, but you're going to get much more from it if you come.
Well, thank you so much, Joe, for taking the time to go over what is covered in a home inspection with us today. You have given us a lot of valuable information, and I really appreciate it. If anyone wants to contact Joe, his contact information, I'm sure you saw, was posted all throughout the video, but you can also see his contact information listed on the screen. If you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number is 708-268-0462. I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. If this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.